Hi, it's Kathy at Northstar Prepsteader. It's finally time for my first garden tour of the year. The sun has gone down a little bit, so there's good lighting in the garden, and I'll show you how far things have come just in the last few weeks. So I really only planted about 3.5 weeks ago, so you can see how things have grown. Here are my cucumbers, and they're going to be growing up this trellis at my arbor. These I started from seed. That was a plant I bought. So the seeds are catching up quite nicely. The basil is growing well. I have lime basil over here, Thai basil, cinnamon basil, and lemon basil. Now the rows aren't straight because the seeds are so little and it was a windy day, so things kind of scattered a little bit. Over here I have some parsley that's coming up that I just started from seed right in the garden here. And then I'm supposed to have a number of marigolds, but only one is coming up. So not sure what's happened to the rest of them. Garden has my carrots and beans. The carrots are starting to pop up very nicely. I will have to thin them in a little bit, but I'm waiting to make sure that the strong ones can get up and survive. I have pulled out like hundreds of borage sprouts, and they keep coming back. Look at, here's a couple more. 3 more right here. I'll give them a couple more days to come up. And then my green beans, well actually these are purple beans, and the plants are looking very healthy. I don't have a lot in here because I don't need much. I really didn't need to grow them at all, but they are coming up and they're starting to flower.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars.
And over here are my strawberries. They have produced very, very well. These are June-bearing strawberries, and they're pretty much at the end of their production, but the plants are very healthy. My system for hoops and netting and these clips have worked fantastically. It has made such an incredible difference in here. So they're looking very, very healthy. Then we're over here to my herbs. Now I've got chives that I just threw some seeds in here. I got chives started, and there's a little, let me see if I can zoom in on this. I have little itty bitty chive sprouts starting, and here's my oregano that has recovered pretty well. My sage, one of my peppermints that survived. I'm hoping that it'll spread a little bit more. Here's some more little things coming up, and here I have some more seeds of either thyme or rosemary. I can't remember which. It's not coming up yet though anyway. And my comfrey is looking very healthy. I've already trimmed quite a bit of it back. And I find that if I trim the flowers back early on in the summer, the plant stays healthier. Look at all my new boxes though. They're doing so great. And then these are some 4 o'clocks that I thought were nasturtiums, but they aren't. They're 4 o'clocks. So I just have a small bed of these. And then something new for the garden this year too. I have a green stalk, and I'm actually dividing it up into sections. I just have 3 levels in this particular tower, and I've just put strawberries in it. These are ever-bearing strawberries, and look at how healthy they are looking. They are loving this. And these have only been in for maybe a week. So, so those are great. And I will show you a better image here. of where it is in the garden.
Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word.
And then this little bed has bunching onions. Not that many came up though. Looks pretty sparse in here. So I don't know what happened. I think we got some heavy rain just right after I planted, and I think a lot of it washed into areas I didn't want. But I just have a little bit of petunias in this end thing here just for some color. Okay, on the other side of my arbor here at my gate, I have zucchini. And these are plants that I bought, but I have a lot of blossoms on them. So we'll see what we end up getting. And this bed has a mix of things. So I have some onion sets, as you can see. I have nasturtiums. I'm supposed to have petunias over there, but it doesn't look like they came up. I was supposed to have nasturtiums all through here, but that's okay. Then I have 3 stakes for tomatoes, and all of these are cherry tomatoes. Now this plant I bought, and then this one and this one started from seed. So this one's doing pretty well. These, I have 2 here, so I see which one does better. But they're both kind of struggling right now, so we'll have to see what happens. But this one that I bought is just going like crazy. I've already strapped it up 3 times. I used this green Velcro strapping, which last year I used it and I love it because it's reusable and it's so easy and it's gentle on the stems of the plants. This one is a sun gold yellow, an orange, and a purple. Again, a whole bed of onion sets. I was worried that they weren't going to be coming up, but they're gradually starting to sprout. There's a few that are kind of really late. Some might not make it, but generally they're coming up pretty good. And then my pepper bed. So I have hoops over here, all in place. As you know, I put these pipes in here. So this is a 1/2-inch PVC pipe that I made the hoops out of. It's a 4-foot wide bed. I made the hoops 7 feet long, so it provides a nice arch. And it's going to totally cover the peppers when these plants get nice and big. And I will have it for, what I can do is put sunshade over it. I can put some other covering over it for frost. It should do really well. So right now, I just have them kind of in here. And I have some short wire fencing that I've put in the ground to help support them. And again, I've used the green strapping on these to support these plants. But at this point, they're kind of growing, they're growing through these sections, so they're starting to support itself. Now these 3 rows of peppers I got from Matt and Sarah when they came to visit, and they are looking so gorgeous. Over here I had planted a bunch from seed and they just didn't come up, so I went and bought some more. I have some green, red, and a yellow pepper. So this yellow one is looking the best. It's a golden bell. And then along the north side of the garden, these 3 skinny long beds are all melons. So here I have some watermelon, and then these 2 in this bed are Minnesota midget cantaloupe, and then I have 3 more watermelon plants over here. One is a sugar baby. I think that's this one. Those are sugar babies, and I don't remember what that one is. I'll try to look back on my notes and put that in the screen here. But that is my garden at this point. I'm still working on some areas in other parts of the yard, and I have a couple levels of green stock left to fill, so a number of other things to do. But here's my garden.
Maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope.
right now until I can get to this area, which is going to be my squash garden. I have tarps and cardboard and everything all over it. And these are all the boards from my old garden beds. I'm trying to prepare the soil here. I can definitely see that there's some areas of grass that are popping through. The cardboard is starting to warp a little bit, but this is just a big project I wasn't able to get to in time before my length of time for planting was done. It will be a project that I'll work on over the summer, have it all ready in the fall so that I could plant next spring. But I want this big so that squash plants can just sprawl. Anyway, you guys take care. God bless. Always have hope, and we'll see you next time.
You fill my head